now for the much promised unboxing of all the new supplements that I have purchased this week to try to hopefully make this next cycle, the one that I'm currently in or the one directly after this one, successful. I'm going to go through all of the things that I'm already taking and that I have been taking for since January, and those items are right here. We have evening primrose oil, one of these a day, and this helps with cervical mucus. You only take it for the first half of your cycle, so you take it until you get a positive OPK, which would be a peak on your monitor, or if you're using LH strips, it would be whenever you get a strip that the testing line is as dark or darker than your control line. And then you stop taking it, because you don't want to take this in the second half of your cycle, because it has been known to cause chemical pregnancies and miscarriages. Something about it can make your uterus contract, I believe. So only take that for the first half of your cycle, which for most women, if you have a normal cycle, that will be the first 13 to 14 days. If you don't have a normal cycle, then it will be, like I said previously, until you get a positive OPK or LH strip. And this does help. It's really cheap. You can find it pretty much almost anywhere. Evening primrose oil. It also helps with your nails and hair and skin. So, you know, it's not hurting anything. And I definitely do notice a difference when I take it and when I don't. The cycles that I have not taken it as frequent daily, I notice a difference in the cervical mucus, and the quality of my egg white cervical mucus around my fertile time is not as good as it can be. Now, something else that I was taking are these prenatal vitamins, which I got at Walmart. They're really cheap. Not that I have anything against them, they're just really not that great of a vitamin. If I was going to recommend a prenatal vitamin, in which I'm not sponsored by them at all either, I would recommend that you go with Rainbow Light, and not the one a day Rainbow Lights. Go with the ones that you have to take 6 a day. Unfortunately, for vitamins to be effective, when you take a vitamin, your body will only absorb what you need at that very moment in time. So, and the rest of it is eliminated through your urine. So by taking 6 of them a day, 2 at a time, you would take 2 in the morning, 2 at lunch, and 2 at dinner. And I do suggest taking them with the meal, especially if you have a sensitive stomach. You allow your body to absorb more of the vitamins that it needs, because it changes throughout the day, and daily and weekly. depending on what you're eating and just how healthy you are. So even though it's kind of a pain in the butt to take, to remember to have to take vitamins 3 times a day, it is much better for you. And I did notice a huge difference when I was taking them when I was pregnant with my first child. We were having some issues with the placenta not functioning as well. My first pregnancy was a high-risk pregnancy, and she was a little bit behind in growth, and there were just several concerns, and I got on the internet and I started researching the bioavailability of different prenatal vitamins, which the bioavailability of something is after you swallow it, how much of it is actually absorbed into your bloodstream and not just eliminated through your urine. And unfortunately, a lot of vitamins on the market either are made of things that your body can't easily absorb, so you eliminate majority of it, or you're not taking them often enough for them to really be effective. The vitamins that I recommended to you, the Rainbow Light 6-a-day ones, I think scored number 2 on the list. And when I was pregnant, a month after starting those vitamins, she actually had caught up with where she was supposed to be on the growth scale, and exceeded where she was supposed to be on the growth scale. And not only that, I no longer was anemic, and all of my blood work came back exceptional. It was way better than it had been before. And previous to that, I had just been taking, just your run-of-the-mill generic prenatal vitamins that you would find at Walmart, because, I had been told by my OB at the time, which I ended up changing, that all prenatal vitamins were the same. That's not true. I will try to find the study page that I found where they did independent lab testing on like the top 100 prenatal vitamins that are on the market. So you guys can look at that list yourself and decide what is best for you. The 1-a-day is on the list for the Rainbow Light, but it scored much, much lower than the 6-a-day. And I think that that has a lot to do with the fact that just how vitamins work in your body. I'm no longer taking these, but I will explain to you why I'm not taking these here in a moment when we do the unboxing. The next thing that, when I quit taking those prenatals, I actually bought both of these, the Women's Energy and the Men's Energy, which these had appealed to me because they were energy formulations. And I don't know about any of you guys, but if you have a toddler running around, I'm definitely short in energy majority of the time. So I went ahead and went with the energy formula, in which I can tell the difference when I do and don't take these vitamins, but I'm actually going to stop taking these as well. My husband did not like the formula for him, and he has not been taking them. They upset his stomach, and he actually vomited the first couple times that he took them, so he has not been taking them at all. as well as the zinc that I had got for him, which is this right here. These also, when we tried for him to just take the zinc, they upset his stomach as well, even when he ate them or took them with a meal. So he has not been taking any supplements up until now, because I got him some new stuff, and we will see what that stuff is when I open up these boxes that are behind me. Now, when I first started trying to conceive, I actually had found a website that called ConceiveEasy, and they go under another name. I can't remember it right offhand, but it's a scam. They tell you that they're going to send you your first 2 months free of these supplements to help you get pregnant, in which the bottles look like this. ConceiveEasy. I believe that the blue bottle was meant for month number 1, and if you didn't get pregnant taking the blue bottle, then you were supposed to start the pink bottle on month number 2. Now, if you flip these around to the supplement facts, it's very vague on what. Let me see if I can get this focused. It's very vague on what is actually in there. And a lot of the things that I looked up, since it is a proprietary blend, they do not have to tell you how much of each of those things are in there. And since it says that their entire proprietary blend is only 125 milligrams, I'm going to tell you that there's not a whole lot of anything in these supplements. And what they do is, for $10, unless you notice that they have a second shipping option, which is for $5.95, but it defaults to the $9.95 shipping option. You get both of these bottles of ConceiveEasy, and then you get to pick whether or not you want ovulation strips, which they come from a company called New Baby. They look like this. The pregnancy testing strips were pink, and they will either send you, you can pick strips or midstream, I believe, for both of them, and they have like a combination. You can pick from a couple different combinations for the numbers of each of these that you get. Now, the New Baby ovulation strips, complete crap. I use them in conjunction with my Wanfos, and if I had been solely relying on these, I would have completely missed my fertile phase. So, not happy with these at all, and do not buy them. Do not rely on these. Now, the midstream pregnancy tests that they sent are the same ones that, if you look on eBay, they are midstream that Most of it's white, and it has a pink cap on it, and they all come from China. And the C and the T on them for the control and test is actually backwards. And those pregnancy tests do not work well at all. And if you go on eBay, you can buy like 5 of them for like $1. So they're sending you crap, basically. As you can see, well, I actually opened them up, I think. No, I didn't. These are still sealed, because after I realized the quality of the ovulation strips and the pregnancy test, and what they also send you is a basal body thermometer, in which, let me see if I can find the one that they actually sent out to me. Yes, okay. This is the one that they sent. Cute. Yes, it's pink. Adorable. Pink and white. But everybody who does basal body temping knows that you really need a basal body thermometer that goes 2 points past the decimal. And as you can see, I have not been hard on this thermometer already. And if you see this right here, that's a crack, actually, in the plastic. And it only worked sometimes. Let's see if I can get it to come on. And it only reads, let's see if it'll come up. It only reads 1 point past the decimal, as you saw where it just flashed. Let's do that one more time. .6. It only reads 1 point past the decimal. So this is the same exact thermometer that you have for your kid. It's not a basal body temperature thermometer. And when I realized that everything that they had sent me was, you know, horrible quality, I was scared to take either of these because I don't know what's in them, and I really wouldn't advise anybody take them because you don't know what they have put in them, and because they have you know, listed it as a proprietary blend, they don't have to tell you. And you know, I even compared, because it says that, you know, each month is supposed to be a little bit different if you haven't conceived. But when I compare both of these bottles, there's nothing different between month 1 and month 2. So I'm not really sure where they were going with that one either. I called the company and told them that I wanted to send back what they had sent me, because it was, you know, it was inferior product, and that I was not going to be paying, you know, $80 a month for them to continue sending me this type of quality product, that I can find much better stuff on my own for much cheaper prices, and that I wasn't going to take, you know, their pills, that I was refused to speak to any type of supervisor or manager several times, and then whenever someone finally called me back that was supposedly a manager, she was very unprofessional, very rude, called me several names. It was just a very horrible experience. I'm not going to go into everything that she said to me, but after I threatened to, you know, call the Better Business the BBB on them, about their business practices and what they were doing to women, and how horrible I thought that it was that they were preying on women who, you know, just desperately wanted to conceive a baby, and that they were scamming them into purchasing these items and continuing to pay for their products that they could easily buy on their own for, you know, pennies on the dollar. What do you know, a week later they refunded me, you know, my money on the shipping, and I've never heard anything from them since. And as you can see, that was 6 months ago, and I still have all the items. So this is a scam. Do not fall for it, please. Please do not take these, ladies. There's much better stuff that you could be taking that's actually going to help you get closer to having a baby than anything that this company is going to do for you. This is a complete scam. The EPO, Evening Primrose Oil, I'm still taking. I actually went to Rite Aid the other day, and I have been considering buying these, because I had heard of another woman taking them, and I thought that they were just a good thing to add to my vitamin regimen or supplements. It's called DIM, and basically all that it is a green superfood, like in a capsule, basically. It's just, it says on the back of it that it is beneficial for its ability to support normal hormone metabolism and healthy cell development, which is definitely something that is not going to hurt when it comes to getting pregnant. It says that they're best taken with a meal, that you're supposed to take them 3 times a day. So I have been doing that. I did get lucky, as you can see. They're normally $17.99 at Rite Aid, and I got them for, let's see if I can get it to come up there, $4.49 a bottle. So I went ahead and bought both of what they had, because that's 75% off, and I would much rather pay $4.50 a bottle than $18 a bottle plus tax. So those I have been taking, and I do like them. They don't upset my stomach, and I've only been taking them for like 3 or 4 days, so I can't really say anything about, you know, what it does, or if I've noticed a huge difference in, you know, the way that my body's functioning. Now, for the unboxing of what I ordered over the past week from Amazon, one of these boxes is actually already open, because it did come in Saturday. And those, I'm actually missing one of them. I don't know what my spouse did with it. But what I have decided to change up this cycle is, since my cycles have been irregular and have went back and forth from being, you know, a 30-day cycle to as long as 59 days, and ovulating from cycle day 15 all the way to cycle day 35, I thought that Vitex would be a really good option for me to try to get my cycle back to a shorter length and ovulating within an optimal time. The Vitex that I actually decided to go with, and I'm not sponsored by any of these places in any way, these are just the supplements that I personally purchased because of prices and reviews that I had read on Amazon. And if you go out and buy these products, I'm not going to benefit from it in any way. The first thing that the Vitex that I decided to get is a product called Femaprin, which it says on there that it supports a healthy menstrual cycle. The reason that I chose to get the Femaprin is because it actually uses two different forms of Vitex inside of it. 225 milligrams of the Vitex actually comes from the actual extract, which is kind of a more potent form of Vitex, and 100 milligrams of it comes from the actual fruit itself, which you will find this product listed under Femaprin, Vitex, chaseberry. It's all the same. The Femaprin is different only because they also added B6 to their formula. Now, B6 is really good for hormone regulation, lengthening your luteal phase, and your egg health. All good things for your cycle, and it has a It has 100 milligrams of vitamin B, which is 5,000% of the daily value, and that's a pretty high dose of vitamin B6. So it says that you just take one of these a day, which since I got these Saturday, I have been taking one of them a day. I can't say that I've noticed a difference. My period did stop a little bit sooner than it normally would have, and the bleeding wasn't as heavy, so that could have just been a coincidence, or it could have been due to the Vitex. I'm not really sure on that one. Now, as I said before, the reason I had chosen the Alive vitamins was because they were the energy blend, and that I could use, you know, extra energy, and since B6 is really good for helping you to conceive, I went ahead and bought a B complex, which has vitamin C, B1, B2, B3, B6, folate, which is also good. You need to be taking folate, and it has 400 micrograms of it, which is about half of what you need to be taking daily when you're trying to conceive. It has B12 in it, biotin, and something else that I can't pronounce. Now, this particular brand, the Doctor's Best, is non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, and vegan. So if you're concerned about all of those things, then this is a brand to go with. And they have several of the supplements that I'm going to mention in this brand available. And this brand has a lot of really great reviews on Amazon. So you don't really have to do the B complex, but if you are having issues with, you know, energy and stuff, then I suggest, you know, maybe adding a B complex in with your supplements. On the back of it, it says fully active B complex provides B vitamins that are indispensable for making energy from foods and for making and maintaining DNA, genes, cells, tissues, organs, and enzyme functions. Doctor's Best Fully Active B Complex provides an important set of B vitamins, including fully active folate, which is better than folic acid. Folate is more easily absorbed than folic acid is. B6, B12, supplementing with these B vitamins helps promote optimal health and well-being. So, I will be taking that with the rest of the things that I got. Now, I accidentally ordered this and then had to reorder a different form of it, but I'm also going to be taking something called black cohosh. Do not get the 540 milligram dose if you're going to take the black cohosh like I am. You only take this for the first half of your cycle. So if you have a normal cycle, then you're going to stop on day 13. If you do not have a normal cycle, then you're going to stop when you get that positive OPK or LH strip. You take 120 milligrams a day. And black cohosh is available in 540 milligrams and in 40 milligram tablets. So when I realized that I had ordered the wrong ones, I actually went back and ordered the 40 milligram ones, which means that I will have to take 3 of those in the morning for the first half of my cycle. Now, the black cohosh helps support estrogen production, which in turn is going to help everything in your follicular phase. And in the studies that I have read, surprisingly enough, it actually helped increase conception in the couples that were studied, I think by like 57%. And the other surprising thing about it is, even though you stop taking it, you know, at ovulation, it actually supports your progesterone levels in the second 2-week wait of your cycle. So this one all around is a good one to take, especially if you think that you're having you know, hormonal issues, and that maybe your egg health isn't the greatest, or that when you're charting your basal body temps, that it kind of jumps around, and you don't really have progesterone levels to keep those temperatures kind of level, then this might be something that would help keep your progesterone levels higher to help maintain a pregnancy if you were to conceive. Now, that is the stuff that I got on Saturday, other than the folinic acid. which is a form of folate. It's not as good as folate, but it's a little bit better than folic acid, but folate is kind of expensive, and I was on a budget, so instead of going with the folic acid, I went with the folinic acid, and that one I have been taking one a day in the morning. I can't remember what the milligram, I think it's 1,000 micrograms, and you want to be taking between 800 and 1,000 micrograms a day of folate when you're trying to conceive or when you're pregnant. Now these other boxes I actually have not opened yet, so let's see. Let's get out the scissors. They really tape this one up. Okay, this one is one for me. Actually, both of these are for me and my husband. Okay, I saw a study that had showed that men taking super high doses of vitamin C had actually showed to improve sperm health all the way around, that it increased count, motility, morphology, and the ability for the sperm to be able to fertilize an egg. Sorry. I believe that they had dosed them at about 5,000 milligrams per day, and that in less than 60 days it helped with all of those things in all of the men that were in the test group that were given the high doses of vitamin C. So knowing that Rainbow Light is a super great company for vitamins, and that they just all around are really they're just a really great company. So if you're looking for one company to stick to for your vitamins, and you're not on a budget, then Rainbow Light is definitely a great company to go with. Now, I got these on Amazon for cheaper than they were on the Rainbow Light website. I think I paid $11 for this bottle of 120 of them, and it was like $20 something for this bottle on the Rainbow Light website. So, not going to last the whole month because he does have to take 5 of them a day. But at $11 a bottle, in a couple weeks, I can afford to buy another bottle. So this one is for my spouse. Now, one that I got for both of us, because it helps sperm and egg health, just all around good for you, just to get you healthier. One of the other added benefits to it is that it actually helps support energy and give you more energy, and that is CoQ10. Now, if you really want the best form of CoQ10, you want to get ubiquinol. CoQ10 either comes in ubiquinone, and your body has to break it down into ubiquinol for it to be able to be used, which is why on this bottle it says that it has the Femaprin in it to help with absorption. And that's because your body has to convert the ubiquinone, just regular CoQ10, into ubiquinol. So if you buy ubiquinol, then you're going to get the best bioavailability on this certain supplement. Now, ubiquinol is expensive, so I went with Doctor's Best for just their regular CoQ10 with the added bioparin, because it's said that people under 30, 35, some websites say under 40, have an easier time converting it, and that it's not as much of a problem. But if you're over 35, then you probably should go ahead and get the ubiquinol, especially if you're trying to conceive and using it for that purpose. This is going to help with your egg health and sperm health. Now, recommended dosage, at least 200 milligrams a day, and you can go all the way up to 1,000. So, we're going to start with 200 milligrams a day. This is a 60 capsule bottle. So this is enough for 1 month for me and both my husband. Now, the next box. Let's pull tab 2 open. And this is the one that I was most excited about. There is a lot of controversy and stuff out there concerning Geritol and trying to conceive. If you just look up on Google, there are hundreds of women saying that they started taking Geritol and they conceived before they even finished the bottle. So, you know, Geritol, this is the multivitamin form of it. They also have a liquid form, which I did buy, but it is not here yet. Hopefully it will be here within the next couple of days. That's part of the reason why I bought the folate as well, is because Geritol only has 0.38 milligrams of folic acid in it, which is not enough if you're trying to conceive. Instead of taking the prenatals, I'm going to be taking the Geritol and folate. It's said that there's a baby in the bottom of every bottle, and hopefully there's one in this bottle, because I'm going to be really disappointed if they didn't stick one in here. Since Geritol is a really potent multivitamin, I would recommend that you don't take your prenatal with it, and if you do take your prenatal, make sure that you're taking a prenatal that does not have iron in it, because Geritol has a really high dose of iron in it, and that's something that's really easy to overdose on. So, since there is a little bit of back and forth about the stories that I've seen, some women say that they were taking the multivitamin, and other women say that they were taking the tonic or the liquid version of it. When I looked into it, they're actually two completely different things. The Geritol multivitamin is just, you know, a multivitamin with really high doses of vitamins in it. The liquid form, it will actually say on it that it's for energy support, and all that it is a really high dose of iron and a really high dose of the B vitamins. It doesn't have the rest of the stuff in it. So, since I've seen success with both, the way that I'm personally going to do the Geritol challenge, and if anybody wants to join in on this with me, you're more than welcome to. I would love to have people join in on this, and hopefully we get a bunch of big fat positives from it, and that everybody gets a baby in the bottom of their bottle. But I ordered the liquid as well. It's not supposed to taste very good at all, which I'm not looking forward to. But what I'm going to do is switch back and forth daily from taking the Geritol multi with my folate one day, and then taking the Geritol liquid with I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to do the prenatal that I had been taking, or if I'm going to go ahead and order the iron-free version of the Rainbow Light prenatal vitamins, and take those on the days that I'm doing the liquid, because the liquid does not have the rest of the vitamins that you need every day in it. I probably will end up ordering the iron-free Rainbow Light vitamins. But, so let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're missing the liquid. And including the evening primrose, that's 8 supplements that I am going to start taking this month, which one of those, no, 2 of them, the evening primrose oil and the black cohosh, will only be taken during the first 2-week wait. The rest of them are completely fine to take for the rest of your cycle. And so that is what we're doing this cycle, and hopefully this cycle ends in a big fat positive. If not, then I'm going to continue on with it. So we will see what happens, and if this video was useful to you in any way, informative, or you just enjoyed the content, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I will be posting a lot of videos this week. I'm trying to catch up on everything because I want to get just the basics of charting your fertility and how to do everything up on my channel, so that anyone who doesn't know how to do those things can watch those videos and learn how to chart their fertility correctly, and do all of the testing and things like that the right way, and so that you know that you're not confusing anything. If you have any questions on any of the supplements or doses don't hesitate to leave a comment. I know this video is really long, but it's a lot of information to kind of pack into one video, because the supplements are kind of a big deal when it comes to trying to conceive. You have to be careful with what you're taking, because it can affect whether or not that big fat positive stays a big fat positive. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you for watching.